Hello, it is the 23rd of August 2025 and I'm going to go for a walk, so how about you come with me? Heading down Duncan Street here. I think we're going to go all the way to the park and come back. Dakota's sniffing something. She's slightly delayed, but we're going to, I think I'm going to do this alley here real quick, and then we're going to come back to Duncan Street so that I can have a trash can to throw her poop into when she goes, because she's showing signs of going any moment now. So it is a lovely 79 degrees Fahrenheit, which I did not see what that was in Celsius. I will come back with it. It's 58% humidity. It is mostly clear, mostly sunny. There's a few little clouds here and there, but it's mostly just blue skies. So I'm going to, I'll come back once we get closer to the park. I don't have much to say right now, and I'll be back. Yeah, I wonder how long it's going to be till those damn gasoline-powered leaf blowers are going to be extinct. Man, they're just so obnoxious. I mean, leaf blowers, even electric ones, you know, the plug-in electric ones are pretty loud, just all by themselves. But then you add a freaking motor without a, you know, 2-cycle engine without a real muffler on it, and they'll just stand there and blow and blow and blow. Now, if you ever see like an actual lawn crew, it's like they turn that thing on for about 30 seconds and they're done. But, you know, a homeowner with one be out there trying to get every damn blade of grass blown up into the yard or in the street, or, yeah, just, you know, get it kind of clear. And then, I don't know, maybe try using a broom. Just absolutely obnoxious, those things. So we've turned on a little alley, kind of going to meander over towards Market Street, and then we will enter Shawnee Park, and I think we're going to go along the river there. Might even, after a point, go down and walk on the beach itself, which I enjoy. Yeah, it's super nice out today. This is just look at the sky. It's all nice and dark blue and clear, and there's just the slightest hint of a breeze. The air's not still, but I've seen a few people out in their yards when there's somebody partying down and barbecuing back there. But right, just thought I would check back in as we meander our way. Let's go this way, Dakota. This is Main Street, oddly enough. 43rd. I like the roof on that place. Nice. What do they call that? Modern Ridge or something like that. It's the kind of roof I usually put on places if I'm doing that. Kind of have stopped doing it. I'm hoping to have permanently stopped doing it. Anyway, this is Main Street. It's a weird thing about this area. Main Street from the railroad tracks to the river is chopped up. There's it just dead ends right here. It'll start up on the other side of this block, and then it dead ends, probably about 7 or 8 blocks that way, like 3 times between there and 34th Street. It's very strange. I don't know why this area is chopped up like that. But it's like Duncan Street over there is the only straight street between 34th and Northwestern Parkway, between Market Street and Bank. And Market Street and Bank are pretty far apart. I mean, Bank Street's way down that way. You can't even see it from here. Market Street, that's Market Street. So we're going to go over there and walk to the end of it. That puts us into the corner of Shawnee Park, right at the end of the golf course. Boy, here's a string of, there's a house that kind of stands out as being different. Excuse me, Dakota. Just stop in front of me, why don't you? Yeah, that's a kind of older but these are all the same. You know, slight variations in the siding and the shape and size of the dormer, but they're pretty much, they probably all have exactly the same footprint and basements and foundation and everything. There's a little bit of variation on this side, but so yeah. Hold on. So before I was so rudely interrupted, I don't guess that was really all that rude. She just was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just making a video." So, how y'all doing? And yeah, here's Market Street. Oh, they've killed another big tree. And I don't know what the city's doing with these trees around this area, but they've been cutting down great big mature trees. They say they're a danger. It's like, what is wrong with these? There is nothing wrong with that tree other than it might be pushing up the sidewalk a little bit. It's like, you know, you could just re-pour the sidewalk so that it, you know, goes up and over the roots. Come on. Yeah, that was a big beautiful tree. I guess they'll bring it all the way down. I wonder how old that thing is. You never can tell with these trees. I remember seeing a tree over near U of L that had been just cut down. It was a water maple, and it was a big tree. It wasn't that big, but it was a good sized tree. I mean, good 2 feet in diameter, and it was 5 years old. They were like, yeah, it's got its roots in the sewer system. The rings on that thing were as big as my hand, you know, good 11 inches from, you know, thumb to forefinger. Oh, cool, somebody's doing something to this place. Oh, wow, look at that car. Sweet. Oh, they're building a garage back there? That's neat. It's one of those, it was always one of those fantasies for winning the lottery. There's that house, because I love the way it's set back from the street like that. There's some kind of big empty lots over here. This one's one. I don't know if, I guess they probably shaped this like this when they demolished the house that was there. And then there's another big one coming up here. But, okay. You can see where the street becomes Shawnee Park up there. It actually goes into a little subdivision that's off to the right, right next to the golf course. But the left is Shawnee Park. So I'm going to stop it until we get over there. Yeah, pretty great. A remix of the ice cream song. What is that? Gonna pick it, put it in my head. And I am blanking on the name of that. It's one of those songs that we learned in elementary school because it was easy to play on a recorder. Or it was easy for me to play on a recorder at any rate. It's got a beat on it, and then that had the laughter from the beginning of Thriller, Vincent Price. So oh look, there's actually people walking down the path. So this leads, there's Shawnee Park, and this leads down next to the golf course right here. This is where I took a bunch of shots of the flooding back when that was happening this spring. All right, I'm going to turn this off and come back when we're in the woods. We are back in the woods. Boy, they are really going at it over there at the LG&E smokestacks. Heard several loud booms while walking, and we're just still pretty close to the corner of Shawnee Park. I'm meandering over that way before we head to the back upriver to the edge of the golf course, and then think we'll probably just cut through the golf course and go back home that way. But I don't know. It depends on if Dakota's starting to drag or not, and she is doing fine right now. She's this is apparently cool enough that she does not get hot in the sun. She was not dragging at all the whole way here. It's probably about 1.5 miles to get to here. So yeah, she wasn't showing any of her, like if it was 85 or 86 degrees, she'd start dragging. Ooh, some holes in the ground. He just went right past that, Dakota. This must not be active. Otherwise, that nose would have been in it. So we're gonna right over there is the boat dock, so we're headed in that direction. It's the 23rd. I think I mentioned that, but it's 23 Skidoo. I just read the other day that I got that the number 23, which is of course a prime number, is really important to like numerology people and conspiracy theory people. And there's a writer I enjoyed named Robert Anton Wilson, commonly referred to as Raw, R-A-W. He apparently, I just read this yesterday or the day before, got the information about 23 from William S. Burroughs back in the 70s or 80s. Who knows, maybe the 60s. But Robert Anton Wilson's pretty entertaining to read if you want to understand how conspiracy theory language works. He pretty much just lays it all out. I think he's got a book called Conspiracy Theory or Theories that really lays it out, you know, how that language works. I remember I read several of them, really enjoyed it, but it kind of, you know, it shifts the way your brain works. It's just like learning, you know, a new kind of math or a new language. And I had a copy of the Church of the Subgenius book. It was a first edition too, and somebody stole it from me. I've got to have a reprint, but it's not the same. And I remember sitting down one time, because I'd always thought that it was kind of fun to read, but it didn't make any sense. And I picked it up, and it was almost boring because it was just written in exactly that kind of language. I mean, everything about it, the couching of terms and the particular, you know, structure of the language, and yeah, it was wild. All of a sudden, this thing was just like really simple to read. Before it had been kind of confusing. But all right, well, I'm about to. Actually, I'll just leave this running. We're going to come out here. Come on. We're going to come out here and take a look at what's going on across the way. There's a cop sitting here. I hope he doesn't feel like harassing me. That is not the cop. The cop's behind me. Oh, look, there's a barge. We get a barge in addition. Come on. So, oh yeah, look, they've got a big crane up there now, working on that one on the left. I've been hearing jackhammers. They decided to go quiet as I got close here. I'll have to stop and do a short once I get down here to the bottom. We're just far enough away that there's a big delay between. There's a puff of dust over there, and then comes the roaring noise. Oh, look, there's some kind of thing driving over there. Oops, it just disappeared. That looks like it's like probably liquefied natural gas or something. I don't know. You know, I might end up walking along the river from here because the beach is pretty clear down there. And I hear people off to my left. I wonder if there's people swimming down here. Smells like fish. Yep, there's a little family down there. Alright, well I'm going to stop and make it short. And I'll come back once we figure out how to get down there. Well, that explains the dead fish smell. Man, these things are big. Put my foot next to one of them. I don't know what those are. I don't think they're carp. They're big though. Oh, there's another one. Come on, stay away from. There's another one. And another one. Man, they're all big fish too. Oh, I wonder what the fuck's going on with this. Man, I had a dog named Junior. He was some kind of little pit bull thing. I have no idea what he was. He was ugly. Loved that dog. He was one of those, you know, so ugly he was cute. He looked like a bat. Huge ears. Always looked like he was happy. It's black brindled. But man, if he found one of those, look, there's another one. And there's another one. Boy, that one's huge. It's only part of one, but jeez. And there's another one. So many dead fish along through here. Stay away from that! Don't you dare! Now, that's what I was saying that Junior did. He would find a fish and roll in it. And she just about did. There's another one. There's one in the water there. There's another big one. Wow, what's killed all these fish? That's not good. You know, the condition of the sand over here is much worse than the other way. Look at all the broken glass. Crazy. Well, glad I didn't take my shoes off. Ordinarily I would, but how many more dead fish are going to be along through here? That was wild. There's another one. And they're all big. Huh. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come here. Stay away from those. Do not dare roll in those. You will not enjoy the cleanup. There's another one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, that can't be good. That's a carp. 9, 10. So that would put, I mean, we're probably up around 30 by this point. Just walking along through it. That's really disturbing. And all these fish are dead along through here. Have to look and see if there's an article about it or something. Otherwise, I might have to alert the authority about it. But it's made it stinky along through here. Man, this is really so much garbage. Broken ceramics. Lots of broken ceramics. These are like old. Yeah, a lot of these look like they're really old too. Huh. Well, I'm sure that there were buildings right there before the 1937 flood. Which there's another dead fish. I think they just kind of cleared all these neighborhoods out before they put the levees in, the levees are way over that way on the other side of the golf course. But yeah, look at all this stuff. There's bricks. Some of that pottery was from Crocs. Not the plastic shoes, but the things that you would keep your whiskey or pickles in. Okay, well, there's another there's two more dead fish over here. Ugh. Yeah, man, this doesn't seem good. What size are these damn things? Should go fishing down here. So I don't want to go fishing right now if all the fish are dying off. Despite being a lab, I don't think she's ever been any deeper than her chest in the water. These look like bass. At least that one does. I don't know what that one is. A lot of butterflies down here. That's cool. That one stretch back there had a ton of like broken plates and cups, and so busy counting dead fish that I didn't really show it. There's another one. There's another one. There's some broken glass. There's the very old dead fish. Come on, stay out of that. Yeah, I had to clean Junior with 1, 2, 3 more. I'd have to clean him off with and there's bones from one. I have to clean him off with clothing detergent. The only thing that would get that stink out of him, and he never learned his lesson. Every time it would flood along the Mississippi down there, it would wash up these giant fish, and he would go down there and immediately find one and roll in it. And man, the stench, the oil from those damn dead fish was just. And she started to. I'm probably gonna have to wipe her head just to make sure that she doesn't stink any more than she already does, because she's a dog. Hey, dogs tend to stink. Yeah, I don't know what's up with all these dead fish. Look, there's another one. That one's been dead for a little while, but see, now this is the thing with Dakota. Tell her once not to do that, and she walks right past him. There's another dead fish. Ow! Just stepped on the stick sideways. Yeah, oh, there's several more up here. Oh, that's a hell of a piece of driftwood right there. I wonder what these are stubs from. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, stay away from those. 5. I don't know why you think those things smell good or interesting. Well, I guess everything smells interesting to a dog. You can see where the various levels of the river over the last few weeks. On through here, it'll come up in a road, and then it'll drop, and it'll erode again. I could put a little jetty up here to try to keep this from washing away. Well, good. There's a long stretch here that we haven't seen a dead fish. Yay! I don't know where I am in relation to the golf course right now, but it's probably right there. I'm pretty sure we walked far enough back that we are now alongside the golf course. But there's another big dead fish. That one's been dead for quite a while. It's mostly bones. There's part of it. Look, there's another set of bones down there. I don't know, it's kind of creepy with all these dead fish. Come on, Dakota. Yeah, this is not the kind of stone that belongs here. Ooh, boy, this sand is soft. It's sinking in. Alrighty, I'm gonna turn this off and see if I can't navigate this path. And I will come back when we get past all these rocks. That would be fish number 18. There's 19, 20, 21 since I stopped the video last. Well, I guess we're still near the golf course. Look, there's a golf ball on the beach. Sports ball. That is the Sherman Minton Bridge up there. And that gold thing is the amphitheater on the levee in New Albany. Boat ramp over there. There's another. Let's see, that's 17, 18, 19. That would be number 20 fish down there. Yeah, this is not good. Well, there's one over there, 21. All right, we'll start over counting again after we go past that fish. I passed that this sort of man-made jetty. I guess they were trying to keep it from undermining the entire golf course. The walk is up through here, so I might venture up in here. I'm starting to get hot, and Dakota is showing signs of it. So I guess we'll stop counting dead fish at this point. So that's got to be like over 50 fish in this, I don't know, probably half-mile stretch of beach. So we're gonna head on up. Oops, there's my finger. Head on up here and see if we can't find the trail. Oh, there's another golf ball. Sports ball. Yeah. Put these things in my pocket. It's like a brand new ball. Okay. I'm going to stop for my own safety. Oh. And yay. Made it up to the path from down there. I always kind of wondered when Dakota runs off while we're walking along through here where she goes. Now I know. There's actually a pretty decent path along next to this. Boy, this is really starting to fall down. And it is overgrown. There's a bee. Hello, bee. Bumblebee having a little bit to eat on these. I guess these are some kind of little tiny morning glories. Look how little these are. There. Uh-oh. She scared something up. And there she goes. Crash, crash. Don't throw me in that briar patch. Now here's some regular sized morning glories. Yeah, what are these little things there? Now that's sweet pea. Yeah, there's morning glories. These are pretty white ones. It's gonna have a little blush of pink, maybe even on. Says the guy with red-green color blindness. Well, here's a goldenrod or ragweed, one of the two. They're purdy and they're yellow. Oops. Wonder if Dakota just scared up those geese. Nope, she's in front of me. I'm not happy about something. Boy, that is one loud motorcycle over there. I do not understand the attraction of those damn things. There's cormorants out there. Oh, there's a train. It's headed towards that iron bridge over there. I'm back out again. I'd better turn this off because I think I've got to. No, I think I can get around this. Man, this has gotten a lot worse since the last time I was down here. And the water hasn't even been up. This must be just from rain. That's a nice little slip right there. It's really gotten overgrown. I guess they can't come back through here with a mower anymore. We got this big safety fence along the golf course, which those golf balls I found down there on the beach gives you an indication of why it's there. Even though it means that people are really missing when they're swinging. Okay, we're at the end of this part and we're about to get down into the woods. This goes around the block that they put at the end. And there's some geese down there griping. You can just barely see them through the trees, right? Oh yeah, right there's. Let's see if we can go down there on that little island. Sand spit. Whole bunch of them. Good eating. I don't know. sure if I've ever had wild goose or not. Oh, yeah, there are a bunch of them down there. Okay. All right, now we come up around this barricade, or barrier, or fence, or gate, or... Haha. Breaking it all, breaking it all. And there's the golf course, of course. Golf course, of course. Now, we get to dive down into the woods a little bit. And here's the trail. The abandoned river walk. There's pavement underneath this dirt. Oh, my shoe's untied. Alright, I'm going to stop and tie my shoe. I'll come back at some point. Maybe when I find my dog. She's vanished. A lot of leaves down right now. A little early for fall, but I guess maybe some of these trees just start dumping leaves early. Everything looks pretty healthy up here. Boy, there's nice trees back through there. Look at the size of that monster. This kind of feels like, my secret walking place, except I occasionally do see a footprint from someone else. Somebody had definitely walked through that soft sand on top of the jetty before me. There were plenty of... look at that. That's that big old foundation stone right there. Dakota, come on. Don't go up on the golf course. I'm not really seeing any footprints through here, though. Not even any dog prints. This is a really nice day for a walk. As we approach the Sherman Bridge, I'll turn it off and I'll come back in a minute. A little mud pit in the middle of the lane here. It looks like they might have, while they were doing that bulldozing or whatever they were doing to clear this, might have gotten to right there and stopped, which is not surprising. I looked up these leaves that we're crunching through, and these are eastern cottonwood leaves, so they go with that giant thing there. I think I commented recently about how the bark looks like it's magnified bark of, like this is an oak tree, it's like 3 times that size. I don't know what this is. Some kind of maple tree. We're just about to the bridge. You can hear the traffic. Sherman, I think that's kind of a pretty bridge. Me. It's a, I think it's called cable stay, where the bridge is hanging from an arch by cables. It's a double-decker bridge, so the northbound or westbound traffic is on the top and the east or southbound traffic is on the bottom. I know it's 64 west, so, but I think the actual direction the bridge is pointed is north-south. Ooh, I just hit my goal. Goal! I think that's 10,000 steps. not bad for this early. I just checked up on the temperature and humidity and stuff again. We are now up to 82 degrees, 28 degrees Celsius, and 51% humidity. So still super nice, but yes, there's a reason that I now have a wee bit of sweat in me old adventure hat. This is my adventure hat. Actually, this isn't the original adventure hat. I don't know what happened to that one. I really missed that one. It had paint all over it, and it was, you know, that kind of like canvas that, you know, like military stuff is made out of. Fairly soft, fit perfectly. It went on like several trips out west, and it's been went down to New Orleans with me, and it's just disappeared years ago. Probably a certain ex of mine, not the last one, threw it away because she had a tendency to do that kind of stuff. She threw away my leather jacket that I had. It's the only one I ever owned that really fit well. Very simple leather jacket. She was a brat. But, you know, love makes you blind, as they say. Or as I say, I don't know. Makes you stupid, that's for sure. Okay, we are now underneath of the bridge. You can see that the over and under have diverged at this point, or are diverging. But yeah, they go across one over the top of the other, going over that way. And Dakota, let's head back home. Come on. So if we go up through here, and well, she wants to keep going. Should we? I don't really have anything else to do. I mean, I do, but I don't have to do any of it. The one thing I do want to do today is try to get my new stereo installed in my car. I've been putting it off because I just know it's going to take several hours. Because I've got to take the whole dashboard out, or not the whole dashboard, but the whole center of the dash out, and then remove all the built-in stereo and replace that section of the dash. And where is the trail? Are you going to show me? Maybe I went past it. Maybe it's back down here. Alright, I'm going to stop and see if I can't find this trail. Alright, we'll go over to Portland Warf and we'll go home that way. She really wants to go that way. So that's how we're going to go. I just realized I forgot to put her collar on this morning. We had a little bit of I had a little chore I had to do before I fed her and the cats, and then we headed out. Last night I caught another raccoon in my attic. That would be 2 this week. I haven't reset the trap yet, but I'm going to put it back up there. We'll see if there's any more. I've only heard the 2, but that doesn't mean anything. They're both kind of small, so I got a feeling there might be a big one up there too. But they apparently cannot resist marshmallows, because that's what I baited it with. And I had to, it's one of those live traps, you know, and little boogers got out of it like 3 times in a row, and it was always like had been tossed all over the place. Oh crap, this is all covered up. I finally found the trail, and go around it this way. I'm sure that there's I would find it. It had been, you know, it was either on its side or it, no, don't go up there. Don't go to the golf course. Come on. Hey, Dakota. She'll figure it out. I think what they would do is just bump it around until the gate part was knocked loose. So I set it very carefully, screwed it down to the plywood that's up there, so that it couldn't move, and then made really sure that that gate would close all the way, and the arm that blocks it shut. Ooh, a trench in the mud. Well, what used to be mud. Butterfly just almost hit me. Oh, where'd she go? Hopefully she doesn't get hit by a golf ball. So anyway, the day after I got it all screwed down and triple checked it, sure enough, I hear thump, 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 thump up there in the morning. Go up there and there's a little angry raccoon pointed at me. So I unscrewed the screws and took it down and took it across the river, right over that bridge, the Sherman Bridge, to the same place I release all of them, just right on the other side of the river, and let it go. And then this morning, or last night actually, I heard another one up there, so I took it and put it in a relatively secure place. Kind of wanted to give it some water or something, but for overnight, but screw it. Shouldn't have been in my attic. And then as soon as I got up, I threw it in the car and drove across there and released it in exactly the same place. Hopefully it finds its litter mate, and they enjoy the softball and baseball and soccer fields that are all around where I let them out. There's a couple of dumpsters. They ought to be happy. They call them garbage thieves. Anyway, it was, so I forgot to put her. It screwed up my order of things, and I forgot to put her collar on. And I just noticed it. We've got to be 5 miles out at this point, if not 6. I don't think I'm going to go that way, Dakota. That looks really muddy. Somebody's had fun busting it through it on their four-wheelers, though. This is one of those places where they pushed the dirt along and then just gave up and stopped. I don't know what they're doing with this. I don't think they do either. Somebody gave them some money, so they got to spend it. Well, it'll be probably the last time they get any money for about three more years. Or 3.5 more years. Ugh. As our government collapses, which is I don't like at all. I don't think people realize. Goddamn bug in my eye. Oh yay! Dry pavement and an easy way to get to it. Come on. I think some of that bug's still in my eye. Yep, we're alongside the golf course now, and there's a pretty butterfly. Come on, be still. There you go. There's some mud for you. Let's see if I can get a good look at him. Or her, or whatever. Where'd you go? Yeah. There you are. The cicadas are singing away. I have not seen anybody since the El Genie smokestacks way back there. Got these woods all to myself. Once you get down in here, though, you do see evidence of people playing with their four-wheelers. Still haven't seen any people footprints lately, but it's really dry, except for a few little mud areas. Like if I was going to see one, it would probably be here. I'm just seeing tire tracks. don't think I want to go that way, Dakota, but I may be wrong. I may be right, for all you know. Yep, I was wrong. I did want to go that way. Yeah, I'll just go around this way. It's probably the shorter path. It's not, well, actually, this may be the one less traveled. Ooh, that's a nice jump right there. Except not very much of a place to land. I hear a doggy coming up behind me. Yep, she just has her flea collar on. Boy, the fleas earlier this summer were brutal. I think I finally got them knocked down. I think having her both treated with the drops and the, that's a Sargento, I think that's the right name, flea collar. Those things are $60. But they're supposed to last for 6 months, so I guess $10 a month isn't too bad. It's cheaper than the topical applications, but I'm doing that too. And all the cats are treated. And one seemed to be struggling a bit earlier this summer with flea bites. He never has before, my little guy Ziggy. So I started putting oh gosh, what's the name of that really common, it's the stuff you put on your clothes if you're going into the, the Amazon forest. Starts with a P. Anyway, I've got a topical spray of that, and I wetted him down a few times. So, and over the course of about 3 or 4 days, all the little flea bites started to clear up, and now he's come back out of hiding. That's the one thing. He's like an incredibly gregarious cat, but while the fleas were getting him, he was running off and hiding in corners and trying to go outside. I left the windows open in the house, and this one on the second floor doesn't have a screen in it. I think I've got like a collapsible screen for it, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, it was open, and he realized that he could jump down onto the tiny little roof over the bay window on the first floor, and then from there jump down to the ground. Hi there, little butterfly. And it took me a day and a half to figure out how he was getting out of the house. I forgot I'd left that window open up there. I would turn around, he would be outside. Bring him in, turn around, he'd be outside. He didn't go anywhere. He'd just go to hang out around the front porch. And so ever since I closed that window up there, he has been yowling to go outside. He's just so heartbroken that he can't go out there. He'll get on the front screen door, which is my screen door, so it doesn't really bother me. I brought it from my old house. Dakota, I'm not going up that way. All right, I'll see you later. But it's got like a metal grate on the inside of it, so that he climbs up that metal grate and just hangs from the screen and yowls. So, a few years ago, my ex, I just mentioned that I thought it would be kind of fun to see if any of them would walk on a leash. So she ordered harnesses, and they were large harnesses supposedly. But I tried one on my cat Weeble, and then my cat Sokka, and they just, I couldn't even get them over their heads, much less, fasten them around their chest the way that those harnesses work. But I never tried Ziggy, and it actually just fits him with everything expanded as wide as it'll go. So I put that on him yesterday and took him outside and walked around with him a little bit. Didn't really want to go anywhere. Just wanted to go outside and lay down in the grass or weeds. And there's not much grass except right in the front of the house on the street. And on the side there's a little area. The rest of it's all I don't know what kind of weed it is. But that's all he wanted to do was go out there and sit. So I'm kind of thinking I might get a long lead. Oh, actually, I've got a little retractable leash for a puppy. I think I know where that thing is. I might take that out there and just attach him to that and let him hang out. Maybe probably on the back deck instead of in the front of the house. Because it'd be a lot better than listening to him yowl. Seems a little bit better of late, but this is pretty through here. Look at this is all grapevines growing up in those trees. So you can really see where the four-wheelers have made this into a playground. Oh, what does this say? It says harbor. There's another one over here. Let's see if I can read it. Yeah, I'm not going to try. Stream. Rivers forms. All right, so that's what this path is meant to be educational. There's the river over there. All right, I'm going to turn this off until, I don't know, something happens. So I guess this is cargo, oats and grains, confections, ironware, dry goods, grocer, boat store. No, maybe this is Chandler. And these are riverside businesses. Okay. And then when we go up this ramp over here, it shows the different levels of historic floods or flooding. I think they go like, you know, this is 50 year, this is 100 year, this is blah blah blah. Boatman, drayman, wagoner, bargeman, roustabout. I always thought that was a cool word. Stevedore. And these are the people that moved goods. I think that's that train that I saw earlier. There's a millstone. I think I pointed that out before. A lot of these huge foundation stones around here. And I've just lost my dog. I'm sure she's back here in the woods somewhere. You see all these gaps in the asphalt. Those were filled with ballast stones, and they're all gone. People just drive back in here and take them. There's never any cops back in here. As a matter of fact, right in the middle of that road right there, for like 8 months, there was a stolen car that had been stripped. Had all the windows broken out, spray painted graffiti on it. So these are going to be backwards to the 25-year flood level. So this is about how high it got this last spring. It's up through here. There she is. And so that's this high. And then we come up here a little ways. I guess that will be either 50 or 100 year, this next strip. But, you know, it's up a little ways from the last one. Yeah, this is 100 year. And I can't see whether I'm showing you this or not. It's so bright out here that I can't see anything on the screen. Now this used to be, this is the road that runs all the way along the interstate back through there to the golf course. And you can see there were houses and stuff along it. Now, I don't know if these foundation stones were, this is where they were, or if they were all laid out after. And I guess that road would have continued over here and probably gone under those railroad tracks, and then, because you could definitely tell that there were houses back in that area. Lots of bricks and foundation stuff. Okay, this is a 500-year flood. We've gotten up, we're pretty high at this point, and we're a good ways up the levee itself. And usually I would walk up there and go over the levee, but come up here, and I think this is where 1937 flood was. Yeah. So just as an idea, I'm standing on that sign, and the top of the levee is, you can see all the houses and buildings and whatnot that would have been underwater. Yeah, and pretty much the whole Portland area was under. Oddly enough, where I live was one of the few high water places. I was looking at some maps of the flooding, and was actually trying to figure out, I'm going to go back in time and try to figure out when they chopped up, or when they put in the streets out here, because, it's kind of interested in knowing why Main Street's like it is. That building down there makes me sad. It's been empty as long as I've been coming down here, and I actually have been coming down here for probably 15 or more years. Every once in a blue, before I lived in this part of town, I still would drive down to this area to walk. Back when I had Banjo, take him for a run back here. But at one point it did look like they were doing something to it. They had windows in it, and but all the windows are broken out. It's all boarded up on the first floor. That tree is eating that roof alive. Until there used to probably be a pretty nice house there from the iron fence that remains. And I kind of don't blame people for not wanting to live right next to this thing. But that's why in the world that's nice big old buildings being left just to rot. There's another big one about a block over there that it looks like a bunch of work was done to it, and then it just stopped. That one I like even more than this one. It's got a much cooler facade, but it's also would be, for me, would be kind of this perfect, downstairs for a workshop / store, upstairs to live in. But I don't know. You never know what people are going to do with it. It's got a little bit of a backyard, but there's a big empty lot, just like that one back there. There's one, the same kind of thing, where it's been sort of triangled by the levee. That, if we get my hands on that and that building, I would have a place for a garden and all kinds of good stuff. But I haven't won the lottery yet. Somebody's junkyard down here. Fairly well organized junkyard, but see, this kind of shit cracks me up. It's probably $1,000 worth of concrete. I bet you every last bit of that is just as hard as a rock. And that over there is a part of some kind of public works building. I think it might have it's got apartments in it, I guess. But I think it's owned by the city, and that's part of the water company, which they kind of did a nice job of making it not look, brutalist and new. Yeah, Dakota's starting to drag now. We've only got about another mile to go, girl. Well, that's a nice old house. Actually, that whole street down through there. And man, the water must have been up into the second floor on that building. This one, the white building there is gorgeous. It's a monster. And this big apartment building behind it's really kind of cool. I don't know what you would call it. Design Spanish. It was a pretty big apartment building. Doesn't look like it's in great shape though, but still it's a neat building. Alright, I'm going to stop this so I can get down off here and not kill myself. That's a new piece of graffiti. Life's a bitch and then you die. Gotta go down there. Right next to that dumpster. Looks like a more like the New Orleans style ones where they leave stuff for them they might want, like their tennis shoes and liquor. Guess somebody wrecked into that tree. I don't know. Somebody died right here. Here's that big ass old building, 3 stories. It still has the original like front door. I do wish that people wouldn't paint brick, but they do. It's really not good for those old buildings. The way the mortar works, it has to absorb humidity to stay intact. This has been tuck pointed. Tuck pointing is where you press mortar into the areas where the joints have emptied out. Hey buddy. That tree's bright. This is another old building here on the corner that's been chopped up into apartments. It's probably a big mansion at some point. And these were, I'm sure, were built after the floods. I think this is kind of neat. The shared courtyard in between these 2 houses. This thing sold for $500,000 just recently. Yeah, that one right there is old. But look at the fancy ledgers over the windows, and then these are old shotgunny kind of things along through here. Shotguns and camelbacks, mostly shotguns though. And that's an elementary school. So this is Northwestern Parkway, and this is 35th Street. Hold up. Good girl. Okay, go. And it'll go up here past the Kroger, and it zigzags to the right and becomes 34th Street, which makes no sense. None at all. Because once you get up there, 35th Street is a block that way, to the right. But you go from 35th Street to the right to become 34th Street. Make it make sense. Oh, all right. I'm going to, I think I'm just going to end this here. I hope you've enjoyed going on a walk with me. It was longer than I expected to be, but that's fine. It's a nice day, and it's been a while since it's been this nice. So, like I said, thanks for coming with me, and like and subscribe and all that stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.